Okay, I've created a little search area in my training barn here. You can see the puppy in the crate back there in the corner. I'm going to start hiding hides all over the place. I'll probably set like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different hides. If I'm doing my job right and getting this puppy excited, the puppy's gonna get a little noisy. Hey, what's that? What's that? There's a little pile there. Hey, hey, hey. And I'm gonna pretend to put stuff down just as much as I'm gonna actually put stuff down. Here's another one. There's a hide. Hey, hey, hey. What's that? That's a fake hide. There's nothing there. I'm gonna put one here if I can get them to stay, which I am getting them to stay. Hey, cooperate with me, treats. Nope, they're not cooperating anymore. Just the first one's cooperating. Okay? Hey, hey, hey. So I got 1, 2, 3. Hey, hey, hey. We're gonna use these buckets again. 4, 5. Oh, 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 hey, 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 hey. And when I'm done setting, I'm gonna let the dog out of that crate and say search. Search. Yay, good puppy. And she has one of these buckets in her crate now, and she's eating out of it just fine. So you can see she's over it, or he's over it, sorry. At some point, I'm not gonna let him watch me set everything. This is the early stages to get the dog all excited about it. But what a simple, great way to, good dog! And I like to praise every time the dog finds it. If you're doing this purely for enrichment, you don't need to praise the dog. Part of the reason I praise the dog is because I'm gonna try to train the dog to do more and more advanced searching for competition. Hey, good dog, another one. What a good dog. So yeah, at this point, if I wanted to, if this was just enrichment for the dog, I can go watch TV, work on the computer, do whatever I need to do. And the dog is preoccupied. If I've hidden things well enough, the dog will be preoccupied for 30 minutes to an hour and be exhausted at the end. And I've set 5 little piles of hides. But you could easily, just as easily take the dog's food and just throw it out there so there's pieces all over the place. The dog found a bag of treats that are in the corner there. Very good nose on the puppy. And here there's a couple pieces of kibble that have gotten stuck kind of under the chair. And I can just leave the dog alone to their own devices, or I can step in and move the chair for the dog while the dog's eating up. So the next time the dog comes back here, I'll move the chair. Because if you're doing this in your living room, you don't necessarily want the dog scratching at your furniture or biting at it. So here, I'll move this chair for the puppy. Now the puppy can get those pieces of kibble, easy. It just depends on what you are okay with the puppy doing and not doing. Like if you don't want the dog stealing food off your kitchen counter, then don't put any hides on your kitchen counter, for one. That's important. There, caught the one on the X pen. Good dog. Got a little puzzle there for the puppy to solve. He's got to work his way around to the other side. There's also one still hanging there that he could find if he wanted. Hey, good puppy, so smart. Now there's only one hide left. There's a couple pieces left in this bucket, but the only hide left is up here on this table. So I'm standing here because if the dog comes anywhere near me, he'll catch it like he just did. He caught it, but didn't know what to do with it. this so the camera can see a little better. I think sometimes we like to, help the dog, and it's so much better to just let them work. The longer they work, the harder they work, the more tired they'll be later. And this is the dog's dinner, plus a couple bonus treats that are a little something special. So we're using the breakfast for obedience and evening for nose work. In our nose work classes, we kind of teach the students to, quit before the dog quits. But for enrichment, that's not necessary. You can just let the dog keep going and take a nap, come back, find this one an hour later. I can't wait that long because I got to get back inside and go to bed. But if this were something I set up in the afternoon for the puppy, that could be the puppy's problem solved all day long. I don't have to supervise. I don't have to make sure the dog found everything. Obviously if I'm putting out certain types of food, I don't want to attract raccoons or ants or something like that, so I got to clean it up at some point. But if you're setting stuff that's reasonable, the dog should be able to find it. The dog already caught this one, but just didn't know how to pursue it to source. I will attempt to help the puppy in a second. Just again, because I've got to get inside and train the rest of the dogs. Otherwise, I would just leave the dog here for an hour to solve it. The dog being here is a good thing. This is where I think the odor is going to go to. He's just got to lift his head. Totally normal. The dog smells it and the nose goes straight to the ground. Most of the things I've set for the puppy have been on the ground at this point. So it's totally intuitive. The dog smelt it and then put their nose on the ground, which obviously causes the dog to miss it. Hey. So you watching at home, don't copy what I'm doing right now and help the dog find it. I'm just doing this because, again, I'm on a time crunch. But in general, just clean up. In fact, I could even do that. Just clean this hide up and we can try it again tomorrow. That's what I'm actually going to do. Better to model what you should do instead of do the wrong thing. Hello. Yeah, you missed that one. So, got a little bit of food left that I'll give to the puppy in the crate. That was a good search for him. I want him to find more and more things, harder and harder hides. Each time we make him more challenging. And I think that's kind of what he's going to do while he's here for now is do some obedience, do some nose work.